That's what I be wanting people to catch you doing.
What?
That
Saying,
hey.
hey. You're not gonna catch me.
It
Welcome.
cuts on right after that.
It does. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Brew podcast. I am Tommy T. And
My name is Artika.
Artika's taking a pretty sip.
Did you have to do that?
What's up, Sharon?
In the mic?
Good morning. I
Good
feel
morning,
like we be have you ever seen those lives when people be like, I'm gonna wait till a few more people come in? I'm gonna wait till a few more people. It could be -1 persons in here. I'll be like, welcome to another episode.
Good morning, Miss Tillman. Yeah, I'd be like, man, they missed the beginning. They can just
right.
rewind.
They just rewind. And come
I
on
watch
back.
a lot of lives. Like people will be live, and if I jump in 30 minutes into their live and I'm interested in what they're talking about, I'll just go back to the beginning.
From London.
Good morning from London.
I really want to go to London. I want to put some stamps on my passport.
Cold right now.
To say I did something.
Yeah. Now that the children have passports.
That'd be the thing, man. I'd be like, man, they don't walk fast enough. Ain't that messed up? You be like, man.
I just feel like Lily is just gonna be so lost on anything sightseeing.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself and you coming back, man.
Yes, thanks for joining us again.
What's up, cousin? So
yeah, it's cold here, so I know it's cold there.
They're more northern than we are. Yeah, I knew I couldn't survive.
I feel like it.
I couldn't survive in the north, like in the cold in the winter. I'll be like birds. I gotta fly south for the.
Look, I'm pulling up an actual map to look at the equator.
Like I don't know where a lot of stuff is.
I know
but it's warmer by the equator because
the
Earth is not
they're
flat.
up like north of us.
Yeah,
like
I'm not
Canada
trying to feel
north.
that type of cold. That's
What's the weather in London right now? Weather in London.
This cold came out of nowhere because it was just 70
They're
degrees
actually warmer
week.
than us right now.
Who?
London?
Really?
Yeah.
What's the weather?
55.
Do they use the F or the C? What's the C? Celsius, right? Which one do we use?
We use Fahrenheit. And this is in Fahrenheit.
Why are we so backwards, man? We're the only in the world. The date for us is month, day, and year.
There's
for
this day.
Everybody else is day, month, year.
Imagine when I book travel.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Because the website that I use when I'm booking groups and stuff is international company. So the majority of the things I'm booking, I have to put it in backwards. But they at least give you saving grace of they have you type in the first 3 letters of the month.
Yeah.
So like for my birthday, I will put 6 APR instead of 64. So it helps you not be confused.
Okay. I thought everybody used except us.
No.
I think we do a lot of stuff backwards.
We do. When you leave here, it's like everybody on the other side of the road,
right?
Other side of the car.
That messed me up when we went to was it Jamaica? We went to. They was on the other side. What's
Good
up,
morning, Regina?
I was like, man, what are y'all doing? I couldn't drive here.
No, I couldn't drive in Jamaica, not because of the road.
It's because
and
the
roads car.
Do like this and they go 55 miles.
It's because everybody is speeding, like they don't see the accident ahead or whatever it is ahead, and they just be turning fast in front of each other. And I'm like, I'm not in a go-kart. I want to drive like we have some sense.
You're not playing Mario Kart.
Now, we did not go like to the city. I mean, we went to like some shops in Ocho Rios, but we didn't go to like Kingston.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, is it better in Kingston because it's the city, or is it worse because it's the city?
I don't know. Can't answer that question.
I know you can't.
This week on Life with Us, Quad almost killed his aunt. I mean, excuse me, I'm sorry, I can't say that.
He
Quad
almost.
almost choked out his aunt's bird. Oh my god.
So if y'all follow me or Tommy on Instagram, I did post the videos of both kids meeting one of the birds. My sister-in-law has two birds, Blue and Sky. Sky can fly, Blue cannot. So they only took Blue out of the cage for the kids to like meet.
No. My niece took Blue out of the
Yes,
cage.
because she did ask me, did I want to take the birds out? Renee asked me, and I was
Oh,
like, nah, I'm good. Then when Kennedy walked in the house, she was like, I'm gonna get them out.
yeah,
And your sister was like, only take Blue out,
yeah.
leave Sky in the cage. I was like, all right, because Sky be getting around the house apparently.
Yeah. Not tweeting.
But if y'all look at this video, my niece is holding the bird and she's giving it to Quad. Quad reaches out like this, hands around.
I mean, he took a good holder. It's like you see, you know, them little toys that you squeeze and the eyes pop out.
Mhm.
That's how I felt like the bird was.
I
Like,
was like,
no,
oh.
let him go, let him go.
Give it back.
Oh my dear man, and she kept and the birds are like, which one is it
Blue.
that can't fly?
Blue.
Blue. So Blue, he can flap his wings to get away,
Yeah.
but he ain't going up.
Yeah, he's not going to.
down.
He's just like flap, jump.
He's flapping to just laying softly on the ground, right? So he'll do this like that's his way of getting away, and he'll just run off. Here come Quad
in his rain boots that he would not let us take off of him yesterday.
I was like, please pick this little birdie up.
And y'all know them rain boots add like an extra like 3 inches to your foot size. He's just stomping away. Yeah. Telling me some bird. Blue, come back here. Come back here, bird.
The bird just running away, man. I was like, oh, if she don't want this bird, she just need to say something. That is a bad way to go.
And Lily was just like, put it here. It can fly. Oh, give it to me. Let me hold it. But Lily has been very adventurous.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say her whole life. Probably started around 4.
And Quad's scared of everything.
Yeah, Quad is afraid of everything. I was shocked that he actually was like, let me hold it.
Yeah. That was hilarious though, man.
I sent the video to my sister. She said, I knew Lily was different when she grabbed that snake.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was like, all Auntie could do was stand there and let her video.
That's it. Oh man. Also Lily been on winter break all week. And
let me tell you, winter break is ghetto.
All week I've been like in my mind, like, where did this winter break come from? Didn't they just come off a winter break?
They came off a holiday break.
But it used to be winter break.
It did.
But I do say they go to school way earlier than we did.
They do.
I always think it's interesting the changes between from when I was in school to, you know, obviously when they're in school.
But I went to school until June.
I didn't. School ended for me in May. And when I graduated high school, it ended early May.
Yeah, it was
very
early.
I had to go to school. I think the week I graduated, I didn't have to go to school. Like we had all our tests and stuff out the way.
Yeah. We were done well before graduation.
Yeah.
But this winter break, I took one day and I took the kids to Chuck E. Cheese, and that was a very ghetto experience for me as the parent. I didn't tell we went to the library first, picked out some books, did some coloring sheets, talked about Black History facts, left there, and I was like, all right, I don't have anything else to do today because I didn't have to go back to work. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. But I did not tell them. Lily didn't realize we were going to Chuck E. Cheese until we turned into the shopping center. And she said, hey, there's Chuck E. Cheese. I said, that's where we're going. She was like, why? I was like, you want to go home? She was like, no, I want to go to Chuck E.
I don't want to
Cheese.
go home, but why we come here?
So
That's cool,
we
man.
go to Chuck E. Cheese. One of her friends is there on a camp that somebody's doing for this winter break. I was like, that's cool. Talk to the camp counselor. I was like, I need your information because I'm not doing this again next year. I shouldn't have to take off multiple days for the kid to be out of school for winter break because she needs something to do.
Yeah.
And these kids were pleading with me the entire drive to Chuck E. Cheese that they were hungry. They needed some fries. They wanted to stop. I ordered fries in Chuck E. Cheese. I think Lily ate 8 and Quad may have eaten 10. And then they were like, I'm done. We get back in the car once all of our tokens are spent because I pay for the monthly pass that gives you 100 tokens a day. These guys tell me some, are we stopping to get something to eat?
That's just out of habit.
I was like, nah, dog, you going home and going to
Yeah, that's out of
sleep.
habit, man. Nah, it's like, man,
Oh, it makes my nerves bad too. I'm so thankful that they don't have the ball pit and tunnels and stuff anymore.
yeah, because of
Um,
COVID.
I think they started pulling those out before COVID.
Because
The new thing is now the trampoline
yeah,
thing that they have in there.
I just wish it was big enough for me.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't
nah,
because I don't want to do it.
the whole winter break because like you're like, all right, y'all taking a break, but you need to be learning something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you like you're in school. You don't know how to read proficiently. You need to be learning.
Not
Why you
proficiently.
not in school? So that's why I be confused by all the breaks. Yeah, I like the trampoline. Um, but yeah, also in preparing for our family reunion this year, we went to Chattanooga and I sat down and talked to like I guess my the historian of my family,
He is.
and I was just amazed at all the things that he has like in his history. And I've all
He
my
is.
life I've heard people say, yes, he got it, he got it, he got it, you know.
He's 76.
Yeah.
I just had to count because he was 74 when I was pregnant with Quad.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's very ghetto. Do not
now
recommend.
is
You're
it
not missing.
share or chair?
You're not missing anything
Let me know in the comments how to say it because I
by
like to say
going
people names right.
to Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I don't like Chuck E. Cheese, but I like Dave and Buster's though, and the other one.
Well, that's because it's geared more towards
Yeah, because
adults.
I get on the little hooping thing and go crazy.
Oh, we did that. Lily couldn't even get her balls over the
Yeah.
glass thing. Oh, share, but it
Oh,
was taken.
share. I got you. Now I won't get it wrong.
That is the gift of my first name.
Yeah.
The only person that ever takes my first name is my dad.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, man, if you have somebody in your family keeping the family history, please go talk to them. Because they have stories to tell, video like he had videos,
He
pictures,
had Super 8
stories.
film of videos and he had a projector that was broken and he's like, I need to be able to get this thing out and it'll start back working. I was like, so yeah, not trying to fix that. However,
Yeah.
I'm going to Google and find something that will what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Convert. That's the word I'm looking for. Convert the Super 8 film to
Like,
something digital.
the word you looking for ain't the word I'm looking
But
for.
we found something online. I showed it to him. He said he was going to look into it and see about converting the things because he was pulling out like DVDs of people's weddings, graduations.
It was cool to see all this
I
stuff,
hope
man.
he finds your graduation.
Yeah. I thought we had it because our show was gonna be like, man, let me get that speech up off of you. I don't know what that speech is, man.
But it was really like it was really cool to like see him be able to pull out all stuff. He's like, I got this Sony camera and it still works.
Yeah.
This vintage.
I was like, you stunting on me, man.
Right. He's like, I got I got this camera.
Nah, it's just cool. Like I saw pictures of my grandmother when she was younger, like pictures I didn't see,
hmm
and
He kept a lot of newspaper
yeah,
clippings
clippings of
from
everybody.
people that have been in the paper, and he like not just kept it, laminated
Yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
like made them
He preserved them.
nice and fancy.
Yeah, so nah, I thought that was pretty cool, man. So if you got older folks in your family, just go check in on them and see what type of family stuff they have, and the stories and stuff.
That is one of my
That's my infomercial for the day,
regrets
guys.
with my family is my we don't know a lot about my grandmother's family.
Hmm.
The things that I've learned recently, I learned from her sister's grandchildren.
Yeah.
And so that's been really helpful to try to piece together a family tree because there were questions that I had, but they're on my grandmother's father's side of the family. And I don't know anything about my grandmother's mother's side of the family.
I got
So that's been really a tough thing. And I was like telling your cousin how like amazing it is that he has not only been able to keep up with things that he can get his hands on going forward, but he's also tried to like reach back and find information like from the census,
you.
which is stuff that I have done. And he's been able to like essentially make his own museum of sorts
Yeah.
with everything. So like telling him what I wanted to do for the family museum. And he's like, "Yep, I got some stuff that I can do. Let me see if I can do this." The funniest thing though was we were talking about buying that converter, and he was like, "I got more years behind me than I got ahead of me. I can make a purchase. Y'all need to save y'all money."
Mhm.
And I was like, "All right, I will be saving my money. I will not be putting my money towards this converter." He was like, "I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get it." It's like, "All right, I have full faith in you." But that was a pretty cool part of the trip.
Man, I'm sitting over here thinking about you and trying to figure out how I'm gonna get to the next place
Uh-huh.
in our conversation today. And I was like, I'm still working on my transition, so y'all bear with me on this one. Um, have you ever been surprised by anything? Like this week, what was the most surprising thing?
Quad grabbing that bird.
Quad grabbing the bird, right? That was surprising because I didn't know
I
how
didn't
he
think
was.
he was gonna touch the bird at all.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna touch it, but then when I realized he was gonna touch it, I was like, "This is a bad idea."
Mm-hmm.
But no, the one it's a couple things that surprised me, and that I was like, "Oh my god," you know.
Mm-hmm.
Either I laughed or was like extremely shocked and everything. But the one thing that I was like, "No," was so the question arises. I guess you go out on a date or you meet a person, right? Online, maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's online dating, and this person checks all the boxes that you want to check, and then you go on your first date.
Mm-hmm.
But then you find out that one of these persons don't have all their limbs. So I was like intrigued by that whole statement, and then so
I
the,
saw the beginning of this video about this,
yeah,
and he was like, "Why you ain't tell me you didn't have a hand?"
right. So the thing
And
about
I was
that,
like, "How does that come up in conversation?"
how does it not? Like I don't feel
She
like,
said she was born like that.
but I don't feel like. So basically, a guy went out on a date, or he was on a dating app, or somehow he got on a date with a lady that didn't have a hand, like she was born without a hand, and she didn't tell him. And the argument that they're in this video is, why is it important that she tell him that she's missing a hand?
I don't know. Like,
Wait a minute.
were her pictures only
Had to
headshots
be.
and nothing full body?
Think about
I'm
DJ
not
Paul.
okay. So I'm not well versed in what people put on dating apps, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I know that you put your best foot
Oh
forward.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, I've been living my whole life without this hand. Why would it come up?
Right. It's not weird for you, but it's something that you wouldn't expect to see.
Is that a deal breaker?
Personally, I don't think it's a deal breaker, but it's definitely a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I would have rather you told me like from the beginning than me seeing it, and then now I'm sitting there wondering, do I talk about the obvious, or do like what's I don't you know what I'm saying? But I
What
think
happened
that
to your hand?
right,
I would declare it to avoid situations like this.
right. I would think that you would.
That's an adult
That's that.
approach.
And I
I
mean,
don't
I
know
mean,
why I
like,
couldn't get that word out.
I mean, like if it was a surprise to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you missing a hand,
Mm-hmm.
or let's even go smaller. You missing your middle toe, the second from the
I wouldn't
last.
talk to you about me missing the toe.
You wouldn't talk to me about it, but right, it's like okay, when I do see it, I'm definitely gonna talk about it because now it puts me in an awkward position of I know she
And I
knows.
love a sandal.
I know
Oh, I
she.
love a
Oh, if
sandal.
you went on the first date, the first thing I would
Flip
say,
flops, Nike slides.
the first thing I would say is, "What happened to your toe?"
Let them toes be free.
You know, but it's a little bit different with your hand because you're openly seeing somebody missing a hand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's important to say, but I do think you should say something.
I left my stomach out of pictures too. Y'all can't see my cousin. She's on the Facebook feed of this.
Oh my dear.
But she met her husband. I don't know what
She
app
said
you
I left.
met him on, but she met her husband online dating, and she said she left her stomach out of her pictures to him.
That's funny. But I mean, like
She said he saw it on our dinner date. I mean,
what do you say? But that's a stomach. But we talk about a hand. It's like, yeah, you definitely got to say something. I don't think it's oh, I can't date you now,
I
right?
think that's how he felt.
I think yeah, the guy in the video, he definitely felt that way. But
Mm-hmm.
it's not I can't date you now, but it's that's something we should talk about before. Like that's just a conversation
Surprise,
piece.
surprise.
You know what I'm saying? And I know it's like regular to you, but you have to give the other person that opportunity to like not in.
Okay, so how do you weave that into the conversation? We texting. I find out you live like. Of course, the profile says we live in the same city, right?
Silly.
We live in the same city or metro area.
Yeah.
We getting to know each other. I find out you don't have any kids. I don't have any kids. We trying to see if we can take this a step further because I like what I see. At what point do you weave in? By the way, I only have one hand.
You don't have to say it like that. You can make it up.
What you mean? You gonna find out.
Did you see what this?
Yeah, I did. You gonna find out when you see me. If it's in the picture, you don't have to navigate casually mention it.
Right.
But most people, whenever I see like videos online of people like I'm on Tinder, I'm on
Yeah.
this, I'm on that, those people only be having headshots.
I
I
purple.
used to sometimes use a bad picture of myself, I think on purpose,
Oh,
mixed in there.
I was gonna say what's purple. Oh,
But it's like how I can't see myself weaving that naturally into the exchange in text or in a phone conversation.
so I've had diabolical thoughts come in my head from
Don't do it.
I'm not.
Mm-mm.
But Hubert saying I bet she texts slow
She probably used swipe.
is crazy.
Swipe.
text to I mean
Talk
to
to
text.
text. That's
Audio messages and all that stuff.
I'd be a voice note fool.
I hate voice notes because I'll be sitting there talking to the phone like, yeah,
You do.
okay.
I send Tommy voice notes sometimes throughout the day. And
Two truths and a lie. I'm missing a hand. That gotta be a lie. Nope.
I was thinking like I went on tour with Beyonce. Like something real outlandish. I'm missing a hand. and my favorite color is purple. And then you be like, my favorite color is purple is the lie.
Man, but that's crazy, man. Man, that just tickled you.
I'm just thinking like the most outlandish things I like to use, like for two truths and a lie, or tell me an interesting fact about yourself. I like to use like outlandish things
Yeah,
that have happened in my life
yeah.
that people are gonna assume is a lie as my truths. Like it'll never be. I have a daughter named Lily. That's never gonna be one of my truths. I want to give something like super outlandish. I have three hands. I have one hand. Diana Ross is my auntie.
Man,
I I don't know.
that's a toughie right there. Three
I'm
hands.
like 3 hands. My manicures are 50% off. Hand me that blanket right there, please. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Um, I I just don't.
What's the thing Ricky Smiley used to say back in the day on Comic View? We are going to hell with gasoline draws.
I just
Yeah.
like I'm just really trying to think how would I weave this into a conversation. I wouldn't. I'm just gonna have to wow him with my
I
personality.
think you just have to pull the band-aid off.
I'm going
Like
to wow him with my personality in these phone
right,
conversations. And then
shame on us, man.
he's just going to have to.
Oh, he definitely has to just deal with the fact that you have
And
one
furthermore, it's
functioning
nothing
hand.
that's going to impact him.
I don't think anything is wrong with it. I just personally think that's definitely a conversation to have before the first date.
Yeah, like taking it a step back, like you're talking about,
That's
like,
like
well,
somebody saying I got kids.
and she's talking about her hand, but like how you said the toe.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I gotta mention to you that I only got 4 toes on one foot.
That's definitely a conversation though.
But I don't have to mention it to go on a
What if
date.
somebody was freaked out or and that's the thing I think about. Because you have to be super mature to, you know, deal with that. But especially on a dating thing, because it's like, how far can my jokes go? You know, and stuff like that. And it's like, man, you don't know how mature that person is.
Oh no, I'm not surprised at how late people declare kids. Like I've met people, mostly men, who like you find out how many kids they got like far later on.
Really?
I actually have a friend that married a guy. She had 2 kids with him, and then he went and had 2 kids with somebody else. And it took him trying to divorce my friend to marry this other woman before this other woman found out he was married and had kids. Like she thought the only kids he had was the 2 kids with her. Meanwhile, he had 2 kids with my friend, 2 kids with this woman, and then 2 other kids over here.
That sounds like somebody I know.
Who is this?
Uh, my great
Oh,
grandfather. Is it great or great? I think it might be my great.
it's your
Yeah,
great
my great
granddaddy.
granddaddy. Yeah. Um.
But people definitely don't be telling you about kids. I know. I know that you're not
Yeah,
gonna.
that's
Y'all know I'm
grinding.
sitting here giving this whole conversation aside. I'm not gonna laugh. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm literally like, Tommy put this in the notes, and I was like, I don't know why I gotta tell you before a date.
I'm just saying, man. I think it's just I don't know, man. It's me. It's me. I'm mature enough to have that conversation, and I'm mature enough to say, "All right, let's go on a date."
On the date, I'm gonna ask. That's just what it is.
What happened?
So what happened? It would
Yeah.
be the equivalent of if you had like a burn on your arm.
Yeah.
What happened? Like I could recognize it as a burn, but I don't know the story behind it. What happened?
About credit, about your level of crazy,
I got questions, and
man.
that's part of me getting to know you. Oh, you were born without your hand. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So nothing happened. It
Yeah.
was a birth defect.
Right. But the okay. I'm trying to figure out how I can transition
Go
out of
ahead.
this one. I don't know how to get out of it,
Just go to the
man.
next one.
Okay.
Yeah, I would think so. Asking what happened would show some empathy because it's like it's part of the story of who you are.
Yeah.
And if you were born this way, I mean, we might get into some of the struggles that you've had in life because of it.
Yeah.
Kids making fun of you in school, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to add to that, but that's just like with anything happening to you. I want to know.
Yeah. I hear you. I do want to say the NBA All Star weekend was trash. Um,
It's becoming increasingly trash
you see, that's that
over the
thing.
years.
That was one of my things that I put
You know,
in
I
the
ain't watched
document.
nothing about All Star.
I
Last
look.
last Saturday,
I literally just heard crickets.
last Saturday, we were talking about this, and I was like, I can't tell you the last All Star game I watched,
Man,
and that was the end of the
yeah,
conversation.
that's it. Georgia woman files lawsuit after being implanted with wrong embryo.
So I didn't read this whole article until this morning.
All right, so I'm gonna
No,
give the.
I'm sorry, I can give the highlights
All
because I
right, go
read it
ahead.
this morning. So Lady A was going to get IVF treatments and get her embryo with a donor.
Yeah.
Lady B, I don't know if she had a donor or not, but she was obviously not the
So they were
same.
single women. I thought
That's what I'm
these were
saying.
families.
I don't know if Lady B
Oh,
was a single woman or if she was a family, but Lady A was single.
okay.
She had a donor. Lady A gets implanted with Lady B's embryo.
Yeah.
December, she gives birth to a baby. Now, the donor that she chose, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
The baby that came out of
I
her,
wonder do they ask what's the height of the donor?
they have all that stuff listed.
Do they?
Yeah. You can know, in some instances, they even tell you, they go as far as to tell you like their educational background, like if they have degrees, whatever.
Yeah.
Family history of
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Now that's pending these people not lying.
Yeah.
But
They ain't pulling the day a wool over your head.
I don't know. But
A
Lady
facade.
Lady A gets implanted with Lady B's embryo.
Yeah.
In December, Lady A gives birth to a black baby.
Yeah.
She's like, wait a minute. my donor was blonde hair, blue eyes. They find out through the genetic testing that this baby is actually biologically Lady B's baby.
Mhm.
5 months after she has this baby, she has to give this baby to Lady
Lady
B.
B.
That's the story.
That's the yeah. So the question that I have is who's getting sued?
The fertility clinic.
The fertility clinic is
Because
not
neither Lady A nor Lady B have done anything wrong.
right. Like, where's her embryo? And the interesting part is, first off, let's give it up for science
Mm-hmm.
because that's
You need like a hand clap, like
yeah,
button.
like a button. That's what they be doing. I feel like on the little sound effect. Have you ever seen somebody do sound effects?
No.
Anyway,
This was a sad story. The outcome was unfortunate, but that wasn't her child. Lady A needs to get paid. And where's her embryo?
yeah.
At this point,
Like who they
do
get?
I trust?
Because they don't all the embryos are the egg, right?
It's the fertilized egg and sperm
Yeah.
together.
But it like by the time you get an embryo, it's working.
Yeah, it's a successful pairing of a sperm and an egg.
Okay. So um so by the time you get the embryo, we know that okay, we got a baby.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to put it in to grow.
Mm-hmm. I'm not doing this with you.
No,
Go ahead. What's your question?
So,
Embryo gets implanted and then becomes a baby.
yeah. What? That shit.
And use these things that you got at said baby shower on this baby for 5 months.
So what? Why 5 months?
That's when she voluntarily gave the baby to the biological parent.
So, oh, okay. All right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah. Nah,
literally.
I get you because my initial thought is why did she give the baby at 5 months and not like at
You
one
got to
month
figure out what happened.
when you realize this baby was black?
Well, just because it's black doesn't mean that it's not my baby. You could have given me the wrong sperm.
That baby will be mixed. This baby is black. I seen the skin on the baby.
Okay, your baby is black, and he came out ultra light skin,
And my other baby is black.
and she
And
came out light
she
skin
came
too.
out light skinned, but she got her color.
You wait. She don't know anything about a baby getting their color.
Yeah, both ladies definitely should get paid. So what happens to the lady that like just the the love that she gave for this baby and then now it's all taken away.
She did an
Been there
at-home
before.
paternity test and determined that it wasn't her baby. I
You
need my
are
money back
not
for that.
the mother.
I need my money back for that.
That's
One.
crazy to hear.
All these if she paid out, especially if she paid out of pocket for IVF and not
That's
like
what it
was
is, the
using a
IVF thing.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna get beat up. I'm gonna give somebody a 1, 2, 3 and a 4, 5, and 6.
They say that they're now tightening up on their practices.
They might as well,
because they have 3 clinics, one in Georgia, which is where this one happened.
They might as well pack up,
and then 2 in South Carolina.
If they couldn't find the biological mom, which I don't know why they wouldn't be able to find, what would have happened?
I don't know. I guess it would have been her baby, or
they practice would be now known as Tommy and Artika. If that happened.
It's really sad, specifically for this woman who carried a baby for 9 months, because that is torture.
Yeah,
on your body.
Carrying
I don't understand.
At 38,
I don't understand people that like being pregnant, but that's another story for another day.
It was already an older pregnancy,
advanced maternal age.
Yeah, and then it ain't your baby that you carried,
right? And I bonded with this baby. Granted, she's known from probably like a month in, because she got home and then did the DNA test and everything, and she had to wait for those results to come back in. Not sure how backlogged that is.
Well, at least she took care of the baby.
Yeah. She found out that, and then
they do.
They should, because she's experienced pregnancy now, so she can have that behind her.
And she's been a surrogate for somebody else now, so that's an experience most women don't go through.
I definitely don't want to.
All men don't go through that. So
most I can offer you is an egg. Don't ask for my womb,
man. Man, that was some wild stuff though, man.
But she is suing the clinic.
The biological parents sued for custody. A court awarded them the child. That makes sense.
Yeah.
She ain't seen. So they said she ain't seen them since. Do she shouldn't have.
I don't feel like you have an obligation.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
To see my baby, because it's not my fault that the fertility clinic screwed up.
It would be cool if they all became friends and they helped her find her embryo and she got a baby and they raised them kids like friends, or that would be cool. That's just a picture perfect story. We were brought together because she was basically a surrogate for me. But yeah, that's tough. I
mean,
that's a tough situation.
We can meet for lunch.
That could go left.
Yeah, you might try to steal my baby. I don't know.
In which my the book that I'm listening to now, that lady's trying to steal a baby. But she's trying to take it.
But that's stealing.
Like, like she's not. I don't see. I'm interested in the end because I can't figure out how do you plan to get this baby from this lady.
Regina said they implanted her with an Asian baby. She keeping her Asian baby.
Man,
if she hadn't reached out to the fertility clinic, they would never know. But could you imagine this child finding out as an adult, hey, I'm not biologically yours? I want to find my birth parents. And then they find out in 20 years, by the way, you had a baby and the fertility clinics screwed everything up.
That battery be done quick.
Yeah, the battery on that computer is trash. For it to be a brand new computer. If I felt like ADA would be as trustworthy, she could get updates. I mean, we could text.
I don't know what Lily doing. I got a perfect transition.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna transition right now. Speaking of finding out that you belong to somebody else as a child, check this out.
You need to be ready.
I know, man. Just keep talking about what you was talking about.
I got nothing.
No, just keep
No.
talking about.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
You talking about that girl that found out she was
yeah,
adopted?
yeah. She wasn't adopted.
No,
She
man, she
stole
was
it.
stolen.
She
I
was
don't remember her
stolen.
name. She asked her mama for her.
She trying to get a passport or something, right?
Yeah, she asked her mama for her birth certificate, and her mama kept saying, "Nah, don't worry about it. Nah, don't worry about it." And so she started looking up like articles. She said, "Where's the whole music?"
Yeah, right. I need it though.
She started looking up articles for things that happened around the time that she was allegedly born. Found a missing baby thing and compared that baby to her baby's picture, like her daughter's picture. And she was like, "This looks like my daughter." Then they had in the picture what she looked like what she would look like progressed into the future. And she said, "It looks just like me." Come to find out, her biological parents were like 16, 17 years old when they had her. And this lady posed as a nurse and stole her from the hospital.
Yeah.
And they've just been looking for her. And she has raised her as her baby. So now that mom is in prison for 12 years.
Yeah.
The mom that stole her.
I didn't think you watched that. Cause you don't watch stuff I usually send to you. Cause
Okay.
I'm that spouse that sends 4 and 5 things back to back, thinking you're gonna laugh at all of these things because I have. But yes, that's what happened. That's crazy that she said she found it because she was like the baby picture that she had looks like her baby that she just had, and of course.
So she was able to be reunited with her birth parents.
12 years did seem, that was the first thing I said too. I was like, only 12 years? Like she should have got 2 years for every year that she stole that baby.
People get more time for less crime.
Yeah. I was like, oh my goodness.
But she was, I think, in her 20s.
She was 20 something before she met her biological parents. And it's just like you
And
just
she was
think,
born the same year as us.
yeah. You just think about the emotion that goes behind all these things of happening, because the parents have to, I don't know if they had other kids or anything like that, but the parents go through trauma of, I can't trust hospitals now, or I can't trust nurses because a nurse stole my baby.
And whole time wasn't even a nurse.
Right. And then here it is, the child has been raised, and I'm assuming raised well, was taken care of. Um, you know, from being stolen.
Adoption is not cheap here in the US. I have a former roommate who was trying to adopt. She was able to conceive her first child, but she had gone through several fertility treatments to conceive her first child. She wasn't able to conceive a second one, so she and her husband decided to adopt the second child. And she was she makes great money, but she was talking about the costs that were associated with adoption, and it was upwards of $50,000. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like 50,000, and then you still got to parent this kid for
Yeah.
for however many years until the child at least become 18. She ended up being able to finally adopt through an organization that partners with people while they're pregnant.
Yeah.
So that literally the baby is born,
Mhm.
they give the baby to the adopted parents, and there has to be so much, I'm not sure the legality surrounding it, but it's so much of a time frame before they can legally adopt the child.
Yeah.
But she was like, this cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I just think about like back in the day, my granddaddy was basically adopted on a handshake. Like, it wasn't any legality surrounding
It's
it.
like,
He
all
was
right, you
like,
got him. All
you
right, cool.
theirs now.
All right, you gonna go stay with them now.
hmm Yeah, it's
That's
real.
crazy.
It's so expensive to do that, and
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so expensive, because we have all these kids that want to be adopted, and then we get these celebrities who are like, I'm gonna go over to Asia or to Africa and I'm gonna adopt 5 kids and bring them back. But adoption agencies are trying to charge you tens of thousands of dollars to
Hmm.
adopt one here.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. It's
Oh, there it's so many like things that are wrong with how this all works out, because it's like you have people can say literally, I do not want this baby, and yet they have to jump through, people that want a child have to jump through red tape to get the child, and it shouldn't have to be that way.
what's wrong with
I don't know, what are you doing? Just sit down.
him? Look, both of us looked at him like, what? What's going on, buddy? Um. So yeah, man. That's what I had with that.
Okay, what else you
Diddy's
got on your
Diddy's
list?
lawyer quit him. Um.
I would have too, but that's another story for another day.
I think that's bad news for Diddy. I think that's real bad news for Diddy.
I don't know what's happening here.
I don't either. Everybody had to come in and show their face.
It's musical chairs,
Right.
mommy edition.
Um.
Oh, you want under the cover too? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that just can't. That just doesn't look good for him, man. I
hmm
don't know what to say about that. Um.
I
We
mean,
had
it could be money.
Biggie's mom died. Yep.
She
I
did.
saw that this morning. You told me about that.
Yeah, I saw him. We were on the way back from Chattanooga last night.
What else happened? Oh, what are you guys watching now? Because currently I'm been trying to watch Paradise on Hulu. That show there is like that's a good show.
I'm
If you
trying to
haven't
cover
checked it
my
out,
knees,
go
girl.
check it out.
I haven't watched Paradise. Between that and Kanye saying he supports Diddy and the nasty t-shirts.
Oh
What's the
man,
nasty
the
t-shirts?
the what they call? Can we the Hitler stuff?
Oh,
That is crazy, man. I'm like, man, I feel like everything Kanye does is a Severance is amazing. I think everything Kanye does is a publicity stunt. So I think he does too much
hmm
uh stuff that makes you say that makes you frown up when you I didn't even
he did a Cassie shirt.
yeah, I didn't even know that.
Let me see.
But
I'm
I
assuming this
just
is Cassie in the hallway. Cassie shirt
man, but I just think
Kanye.
his stuff is he does too much. That's the definition of doing too much, Kanye. So
Oh, he's selling the hoodie that she had on in the
oh
hallway.
yeah.
Didn't know about that.
Which is trash, man. Just stay out of it. It ain't your business. It's okay to talk about it because I mean, obviously we see what's going on,
hmm
but man, stop trying to like just stay out of it, man. But yeah, Paradise is like probably the best show on TV or streaming right now to me.
Haven't watched it.
Um Severance is pretty good. I've been trying to watch this show on Netflix called Apple Cider Vinegar. You got to know they level crazy, right? So, what else you got? The Apple Cider Vinegar is a show about a lady who lied about um she lied about having brain cancer, or and she was like being sued, or she basically wanted to be a, what is it called, a influencer.
It says two young women advocate for wellness remedies to cure deadly illnesses, unraveling their lives as they unknowingly
You
and
just
knowingly
you just had to read
mislead the world.
this description of it instead
Fake.
of,
She has a fake cancer
yeah,
diagnosis.
that's it. Yep, I watched the Gabby Petito thing because I was wrapped in. Hey, man, I hate that he goes that way.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay.
No, the apple cider vinegar is a show.
Hey,
Please move your
hey,
mic. Move
hey.
your mic.
I need you to
The Gabby Petito thing is a documentary, which is it was put together really good. Nah, the apple cider vinegar is not a show about black people in I don't watch Pitt. Um Watson is House with Morris Chestnut. That come on Paramount.
stop. Mickey Mouse. I don't know what just happened.
I don't need it, man.
Is something on his room?
It should be. What is he doing?
I don't know. He just came.
He's so
What they call it on the Cosby Show? Zerberts. Just Zerberts
Watching his
my
house
face.
with with Morris Chestnut as
Apple
Watson.
cider vinegar, a show about black people trying to lower their blood
It's
pressure.
not though. It's not.
That's funny because we do be like apple cider vinegar will work. No, going to the doctor will work.
I mean, it helps, but it doesn't help.
If
like
your
you
blood
want
pressure
to.
high.
Yeah, it's a along with something else. You know, you can't just drink that and be like, my blood pressure's better now. No, it doesn't work like that.
Don't have a cuff to test it or nothing.
Right.
Just I took some apple cider vinegar this
took
morning.
a shot of apple cider vinegar and I'm good now.
Everything's on the up and up.
Like, brother, you finna stroke out. Plane crashes. I didn't want to talk about it, but I think I have to. Delta is giving $30,000 to passengers for a plane that landed upside down, and it wasn't anybody's fault. It's right. It's I think it was windy and it was storming, and the plane got flipped upside down as it was coming out. It couldn't slow down enough.
Yeah, it said that the wind was high. It was icy conditions.
Yeah.
And they're offering $30K. And allegedly it's $30K, no strings attached.
Yeah. $30K and get sued.
And they can still sue.
Yeah.
One guy had jet fuel leaking on him while he was upside down, strapped into his seat. Oh yeah, some of those Delta planes are definitely old. We flew a beautiful plane to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That plane that they bought us back home in.
Oh, that plane had me nervous, man. You felt every
I
bump.
was like, it also
and
we
was delayed because it was raining.
It was not just raining, that was a storm.
Yeah.
Like it was like monsooning outside. And then they was like, all right, we clear for takeoff. And it felt like we was just doing this the whole 2.5 hour plane ride back. Yeah. That Delta crash was insane. I was trying to figure out why the wings came off, but apparently the planes are designed that way for safety. That's interesting.
I mean, it makes sense, man, because if the size of the plane come off, it don't have to blow up.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's where the engines are.
Is it?
Yeah, they ain't on the bottom.
Did you see that other plane that said it ran into a bird?
I seen.
And there was a gaping hole in the front of it. Yeah. I was like, that wasn't no bird.
It was a pterodactyl.
Y'all went back to the dinosaurs.
Man. That's like little small pebbles be hitting your windshield.
Mm-hmm.
I be ducking.
Man,
Like yesterday, I
I would
ducked
say the
hard.
truck got hit twice with rocks or something
Yeah.
while we were
Nah,
driving.
that was a rock. I was like, bam, dang.
Anywho, what else you got? Is there anything else you have?
The two planes that collided with each other. I don't know what happened with that.
And I ain't gonna tell us no one.
Yeah. They're still investigating it, but it's like, man, we talk about a plane running into each other way too much now. I think they said since the start of the new administration, which I don't want to put this 100% on the new administration.
I don't know. There was a plane in Covington, Georgia, which I did not know had a regional airport until this plane crashed. But these were single engine planes, or a single engine plane. It went up and it went right back down, not even like a mile from the airport.
Yeah.
So that was one. That one was really like confusing though, because I don't think that those people died.
Yeah, I'm not sure. She said I'm walking. Be like,
Covington,
man, you just
Georgia,
got. I
plane
don't know what to say about all that, man. But
crash.
you know, it is what it is.
No, they were killed in that crash.
Unalive.
Okay, unalived in that crash. But their plane took off and literally landed. It took off at like 11:40 and it was down by like 11:42.
That's crazy.
So it wasn't long at all.
But man, so you just gotta. You can't even say you gotta be careful because there ain't nothing nobody did.
I can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fly a plane,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
I was watching a video and the lady was like, "Now I can't even sit in the emergency exit because they might actually need my help." I'm not willing to help.
I'm just as scared as you are.
And I was like, man, that is true. I never sit in the emergency exit though.
Yeah, me neither.
I think I've done it one time and I was like, I really do not want to be here.
Responsible. I can't be responsible for this.
It's like that Takara Williams joke where she was like, I'm sitting in the emergency exit and they start going over everything and telling me what I had to do. I was like, do you have any questions? She was like, yes, I do. So when you open the door, do I open the door and I step back? Or do I open the door? She was like, I have questions.
Yeah.
And this was like, I think she recently posted the joke, but this was years ago that she did that stand-up. But she was like, I have questions. And she was like, the flight attendant acted like I was getting on her nerves. But if I'm supposed to help, I need to know.
I think Hubert just threw a short joke at us.
I'm 5'4". I am the runt of my family. I do understand. Did you see the woman who slept with 1,000 men in a day is now pregnant? Apparently, that makes sense.
She got pregnant. She I saw that and she was like crying when I saw it. I was like, "What you crying for?" That would made me watch it more.
What are you crying for?
Oh man, and she got pregnant. That's not surprising.
What are you crying for? There is nothing to be crying about.
Regina said, "Nope."
Nah, I don't want to sit in the emergency exit.
Speaking of
that's one thing I'm not volunteering for.
Speaking of emergencies, so you sent me a video of this woman somebody called the police. I don't want to say she did. Somebody called the police because a man was having an overdose in her house.
Oh, yes.
But the issue with the overdose was
she didn't call the police. She called 911.
She called 911. They sent the police.
They sent a first responder. Which was the police.
So first responder could be anybody.
It could be the police. It could be the fire department. It could be EMT. Based on what you tell them is happening. All of them should be carrying
High vibe. You said a word there, buddy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't understand why you thought the baby was the least of your concerns.
Man.
But it could be any of those three. In an overdose, any of those three could also be carrying Narcan.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to have it on them
Yeah.
because they are like first responders.
Right.
So they show up, and the officer is like, all right, let me in.
Let me in. We gotta,
She's like, not the police.
I was like, I'm gonna call her Susie. Susie thinks
Susie is a moneymaker, but a liar.
but she's a liar. Anyway, so Susie wouldn't let the police in. She was like, nah.
Mm.
What's that?
Imagine me in number 997.
Oh, you talking about the 1,000. Yeah.
I want to know who finished.
All of them.
Because in 1 hour.
Oh, it wasn't a 1 hour thing.
It was a day.
Yeah, it took a day.
But a day.
And they just, that has 1,000 men just.
She wasn't up for 24 hours.
I mean, she was up.
That's still, if it's 24 hours, that's still 41 men an hour.
That cannot be.
Everybody didn't finish.
That can't be fun, man.
Everybody didn't finish.
That can't be a good time.
Did she eat that day?
She had to
take a water
she
break.
Took breaks and everything. I watched the video. Like, I ain't watched the corn, but I watched like the documentary part because she documented it, and she was like, "Yeah,
choo-choo.
That is you said choo choo."
She said 1,000 men ran a train. I said choo choo.
But that's yeah. That's nasty.
That's gross.
We have a problem with girls and dudes having, past relationships. not alone.
Like, you don't want to talk to nobody if they talk to your friend.
Right. Let alone you talk to the man standing like you literally about to have sex with somebody else right in front of you and right behind you. Y'all standing in line.
Who orchestrated this?
She did.
Like, I'm saying, no, somebody had to be like standing at the door with a clipboard. Like, Gary, you're next. You know what I mean? Like, who helped with this?
I am learning.
What was the YouTube term you used?
Unalive.
Oh, okay.
I think
you don't even know.
I don't know. I know unalive is a good one. They like that one.
Anywho,
yeah, we was talking about Susie and not letting the police in because this man is on the floor with kids in the house.
There were children in the house. There was a small baby.
It was a 1 month old. Her
new name is Marta.
It was a 1 month old, and I didn't think it was another kid. And they was cooking something because she was like, my stove was on. And secondly, she was lying to them.
Hopefully, it wasn't drugs.
She lied to the police too.
What did she lie to them about?
She was lying about because it was another lady in there, and she was like, I don't know her. And she was like clearly her mom. She called her mom because she got arrested. I don't forgot what. Oh, she got arrested for swiping the police's hands off of her, and they said she assaulted a police officer. Stretch, but okay, whatever.
Anything can be assaulting an officer.
Yeah. So
apparently cussing them out.
Yeah.
Verbal assault.
So it's like, man, I don't understand if you have a medical emergency and the people that show up to do the medical emergency, you don't let them in. And then I'm sitting up there now. Oh, I'm sitting up there trying to figure out, was it like what were you hiding that you was like, nah, I don't want the police to come in to help them? Cause you call it, and then you was like, where the ambulance? The ambulance. So let the ambulance come in. Paramedics. Let the paramedics come in. Like, I just don't feel like that was a smart move.
It wasn't a smart move. And if you felt like you didn't want these people in your house, pull this man to the hallway, do something. But he literally could have passed away.
Right. And you just sitting there
over you saying, I don't trust police.
Right. You don't gotta trust them. They ain't there for you.
Right.
Now they are gonna ask, is there drugs in the house?
And there obviously has to be drugs in the house
because he's overdosed
in your house.
from a drug. Um, but yeah, I was like, that's it. Like if you gonna call for emergency help,
I didn't watch the whole video because she was frustrating me.
yeah,
Like found myself yelling at the phone,
yeah.
and I was like, "You don't need this in your life."
I watched the whole video, well, most of
Well,
it,
you
because by the time,
also.
because the police officer was trying to talk to her through the window,
Mhm.
because he was trying to see like what's going on, because she wouldn't open the door. They was finna ram the door down, and then the paramedics came, and she was like, "Well, let the paramedics in," and everybody came in
Mhm.
once the door was open, because obviously you made it suspicious.
Mhm.
You called the emergency line.
Mhm.
The emergency people came, and you're like, "No."
Someone please call 911.
Like that's stupid.
And somebody's just gonna show up. Like
That's what she didn't know.
I've watched here in our neighborhood, they had to call the paramedic for one of our neighbors across the street. She had a heart attack. And it wasn't just the paramedics that showed up. The
Mm-mm.
fire department showed up. The police showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like ultimately everybody left except for the paramedics who helped get her to the hospital. So they
Mm-hmm.
left with her.
Yeah.
But all of them showed up to assess the situation. And from what I've gathered, and then also being a fireman's daughter, the fire department stabilized the situation until the paramedic could get there to get her on the stretcher.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all that happened.
True.
But I don't know. That was just very weird, and she better hope she don't end up with additional charges.
Yeah. And I hope the man is still alive. Anyway,
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky was found not guilty. And that, guys, is our
You was like, I'm getting to this last thing.
Yeah. I mean, like we hit everything.
Well, good job,
We
Tommy.
hit everything that I put in there.
It's Saturday.
Rapid fire. Boom, 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 boom. And then boom. Lily had started saying boom after things, man. And it's funny to me.
It's Saturday. It's warmer than it was yesterday by almost 10 degrees.
And I'm finna go take a nap.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you'll never hear me say that, do you?
All
Now it's
right.
weird to hear that, huh?
I guess we'll talk to y'all tomorrow for
She said, yeah, ASAP free.
I'm about to say, what are we talking here for? The live panel discussion with
Married
Jack
at
and
First Sight.
Glenn.
Go check out our review of Married at First Sight. Leave a comment. Share it. Subscribe to the channel. Do all those great and wonderful things that we like for you guys to do. I'm actually going to work on a new t-shirt design today.
It's 55 spring in North Carolina. It's 50. Our high today here is 55 as well. So
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm finna stay in the house because I'm cold. But yeah, I'm gonna work on a new t-shirt design that you guys can like buy
I just
and
realized we
wear
have on
with
matching
us.
shirts.
I just realized that too. So what else? What else? What else? I gotta put my building video out.
Mm-hmm. You gotta fix the wall first.
Yeah, I do have to fix the wall. You fix the wall.
I don't have that skill set. Anywho, we'll see you guys tomorrow and next week. Bye, y'all. Oh, Tommy's Black History Facts will be up later on today too.
Yeah. Peace. Oh, I'm gonna try to go live with that. So for members only. For some reason it didn't work last time. So for members only, I'm gonna go live and y'all can laugh with me as I stumble through all my black facts.
And Quad runs into the background yelling, "Hey!"
Right. All right, y'all. We out. Peace.
All right, bye.